Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. A friend of mine, I've not yet heard if his doors open left or right instead of the front. If your door opens in the front, this method will not work. And there's really no way to do it coming out the front because his laser bed is only 20 inches wide and this is 48. So there's going to be some name tags in the middle. There's still a way, but I don't know if you can get it dead on like you're going to hopefully be able to get this dead on. Now, I wrote some of his name tags upside down. I just used the word epilogue. I am going to draw a 2-point line, and I am going to snap it to the edge of the laser bed. Then I'm going to change my nudge distance to 24, and I'm going to grab that line and I'm going to move it. And luckily, it's the plaque is cut in half. So I'm going to change my nudge factor to like 15 now. Whoop. So I'm going to grab that plaque. I'm going to move it up and then Control D and make a duplicate and move it up. So I've got 2 copies. So I need to basically get rid of half the names or half the plaque. I'm going to select it all. I'm going to go, and I normally don't do this, but I'm going to ungroup all. Somebody on Facebook suggested the knife tool, but I'm going to use the virtual segment delete key. And I didn't get my line. My line did not nudge up. So I'm going to Control D and make another line. So now we need to get rid of half the plaque so your laser won't recognize that. And I'm going to try to get those lines without, whoop. Sometimes it's just easier to take this pick tool, and for some reason there's double lines. And then we can select all this. So there's half your job, okay? We need that line. I'm going to delete the bottom part of it. Now, we deleted this side, so on this side, we want to delete this side. And I'm just selecting all those with the pick tool. And I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete that line. And I'm going to try to grab just these lines and hit delete. So there's our 2 files. Now, this one, the board is going to be so really that should be probably at 180 degrees. Whoop, I had the wrong one selected. Let's try 180 degrees. This one I would quite possibly run first. I did not get my line. It's probably just because I didn't select it all. So, still don't have a line. How is that not happening? There's my line. I'm going to hold down the shift, and that's what's wrong. I'm going to go and ungroup it. There was something down there that wouldn't let me allow it to grab it. I'm going to flip this 180 degrees. Do not mirror stuff. Still don't have a line. I don't know. Let me back up here one more time. There's the line. Why will it not? Oh, because it's connected to that part. Break curve apart. Get rid of that part of the line. Bring this line back. It should just snap right to it. Control G to group it. Rotate it 180 degrees. So, these are your 2 half boards. I'd put this one in the laser, and this one's going to be sticking out. Well, there's that same line problem. I'm going to Control G to group them. So this is going to be your home base, and it should engrave them all. And then you're going to take that one out and put that, and then this part is going to be sticking. Well, yeah. At one point, you're going to have to do one of them at 180 degrees, where I have the text, because it might be easier to explain it if we put this back to 0 and put this there. Well, it doesn't look like it got there. And if this has no interest in you, just quit watching. So your board, and you probably have to, deselect that thing. But run this job. I mean, as long as your laser can't see these other lines, you're going to need something to support it. Then what you're going to want to do is take the whole thing and rotate it 180 degrees and run this part. Yeah, that's right. Because see, now you're going to flip your board. I'm getting a little bit confused myself. And it should work. Now the names, I'm a little bit confused on this, but that's the only way you can do it and keep your distance, is to have it like that. No, the names have already been engraved here, so it's cool. You just want to make sure of that. Now, for the one I'm doing it for, what I would do on both cases, I would draw because I don't know what size these are. They're 3 by 1. Well, I know what size they are, but I don't know if they're hairline. And make them a red hairline. And I would put a couple of them in there, have it snap to, do several of them, front and back, and maybe put 2 over here. And then select, because everything else is a group, you could select just these 2. And with your epilogue laser, you can go to the select, just engrave those 2. Leave your door. Well, your door will be your door's going to be open. You need to figure out how to close the magnet. But with your top door down in a vector mode, but 0 power, see if it doesn't trace around that name tag. And if it traces those, I would go ahead and do 4. Put, 1 there and 1 there. And if it does that, you're going to be dead on. I'm still a little bit confused about the name tags, if they're going to be engraved on there or placed on there. And if I'm totally wrong, I'll change it tomorrow. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.